So today we are going to be going over how to do the popcorn stitch. It's a fun stitch. It's a great stitch for texturizing your projects. I use it when making ammies. It's a good bubble effect for cute little arms and legs and details and stuff. And then a lot of people use it with throw pillows for putting words into things, wall hangings. Like, it's great for making like letters and stuff that really pop out and stand out from your work. So this is what we're going to do today. I have a starting single crochet foundation of 18 stitches. And if you don't know how to do that, go back and then come back here. So I've got my foundation row and I'm going to chain one to turn. Now the popcorn stitch is you use a multiple of 4 double crochet stitches into the same stitch. It sounds complicated, but it's really not as hard as it seems. So to start, I'm going to put a single crochet into my first stitch here. And now we're going to work a popcorn stitch. So in my next stitch of the row, I'm going to place 4 double crochets into that exact same stitch. 2, 3, and 4. Now what you want to do from here to get that pop look for your popcorn stitch is you're going to pull up a loop a little bit, and then I want you to go all the way back to that first double crochet you made and insert your hook into that stitch. And then I want you to grab that loop that you pulled up, tighten it down a bit, and you're actually going to pull that loop through that first double crochet. Now, some people chain one after they complete this step. I personally do not. As usual, it is a personal preference. I do not chain one, however you can if you prefer it that way. Now into the next stitch, you're just going to single crochet as you normally would. And that gives you that nice bubble, standing out popcorn look. So again, I'm going to single crochet into my next stitch. And we're going to work a popcorn again, and that's 4 double crochets into the exact same stitch. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you just pull up a little loop just so you don't unravel what you're working on, and then go back to the first double crochet and insert your hook into that stitch. Pick up that loop that you have, and you're gonna pull that loop right through your double crochet, and then you're gonna single crochet into the next stitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish across my row, and again, I'm working single crochet, popcorn stitch, single crochet. So go ahead and repeat that across your row, and I will meet you at the end so we can work on the return row, because the popcorn stitch is technically a multiple of a repeat of 2 rows to really get that nice pop effect. Okay, so I've made it to the end. I'm working my last popcorn stitch. And as you can see, it is kind of curling up on me, and that's okay. It's because we're still at the very beginning. As we continue, or as you continue to grow your work, it will flatten and straighten itself out. And a single crochet in my last stitch. Now I like to, before I finish off my single crochet, my starting yarn tail, I cross it over, and then I finish my pull through, and then I cross it back to do my chain one, and this way it sets it up all nice and neat that I can hide my tail when I crochet back across. So I've finished my row, and I've done my chain one, and I have turned. So now we are going to be working back across the row we just completed using only single crochet stitches. So I'm going to single crochet in that first stitch, keeping my yarn tail nice and tucked so we can hide that and just snip it, because I do everything in my power to avoid weaving ends. So now for working into the popcorn stitch, so I'm gonna move my tail out of the way for now. So right here is that loop we pulled through to make our popcorn stitch. Now you can single crochet into this by itself if you would like. However, I personally like to grab that and I actually go into my popcorn stitch and come out the center of those 4 double crochets, and I work my single crochet that way. Again, personal preference. I just think it's it gives that popcorn more of a defined look to it, personally. So single crochet in the next stitch, or in the next 2 stitches, because those are both single crochets. And then again, I like to go through, so I picked up that loop, but I also like to go through the center of my popcorn stitch to really give that defined look. And as you can see, as I've been going across, I've been tucking in this yarn tail. I've gone across enough stitches, so I'm just going to pull it back out of my way. And I'm going to push it forward out of my way. And I'm going to continue single crocheting all the way across. Now, if you are following along with me and you started with the same amount of stitches, by the time you reach the end, you should have 18 basic single crochet stitches. Now on this last one, because it is so tight being the first popcorn, it might be a little difficult getting your hook through the center of that, but just play with it a bit. Sometimes I snag on my yarn, but just go slow, watch what you're doing, and you should be able, there we go, to pull it through just like that. And then single crochet into my last stitch. Now, as you can see, it's already started straightening out. I don't know where my scissors are. I'm just gonna snip that yarn tail so it's no longer there. As you can see, it's still got a little bit of a curve to it, which isn't awful. As you work more rows, like I said, it is going to straighten out. But if you want to, you could either work back and forth in rows solid like this. So you would do your single crochet foundation, and then you've got your popcorn, and then your single crochet. You can continue going, repeating those 2 steps where it's a row of popcorn and then single crochet. So you get this really nice, pretty stacked popcorn rows. Or if you wanted to, you can do 3 rows of single crochet. So you do the single crochet row right after the popcorn, and then do 2 more single crochet rows from there, and then start working another popcorn row. This gives a nice break in it, and you can extend it by however many rows you really want to break up those popcorns, or whatever, if you're following a pattern, whatever the pattern tells you to do. But yeah, so there's the popcorn stitch. Let me flip it around. So like I said, this bottom part here is like they're just perfectly stacked, one repeat after the other, and then I did a break here and I worked another row of popcorn stitches. Honestly, this stitch is very versatile. Like I said, you can use it working in the round, or you can use it working in the rows, like working in rows like we did right here. And it really is a great texture stitch. There is another one that is similar to the popcorn stitch, and that is the bobble stitch. We will get to the bobble eventually. I personally prefer the bobble over the popcorn, because the bobble you don't have to pull out your hook and insert it in other places. We'll get there. But there you go. That is the popcorn stitch. It's corn. But I love it. It's fun. It's pretty. And like I said, it's a great way to add texture to your work, and a lot of people use it for adding words and letters and stuff like that to their projects. I don't use it all that often, but it's still a great need-to-know stitch. So there you go, you've learned a new special stitch, and from there, obviously, as always, go practice. I need some more coffee and I need to find my glasses, so I will catch you in the next one. Toodles!